Okay, so this is the feedback on questions that I've just assigned you. So the first question we have is explain the relationship between processes and the quality of good or service. Now this is a 2-mark question, so you have to have 2 points in there. Okay, now processes are all the activities, so you need to explain what processes are and what is the relationship between processes and the quality of goods or service. Okay, now the processes are all the activities that help transform the inputs into the final outputs. Okay, the quality of the output is a reflection of the inputs and the processes used. Okay, now therefore by putting in place effective processes, this will help to create an effective output. Okay, so this is the relationship between inputs and the output, so between processes and the quality of goods or service. So if they have effective processes, for example the input and the process, then there will be a good output. Okay, now our next question is describe the key elements of the operation system as they would apply to a car manufacturer. Okay, so we've discussed this in detail in the slides. So this is a 3-mark question, so there have to be 3 points in there. Okay, so these are 3 points listed over here. Now you need to explain inputs, processes, and then outputs. Okay, so inputs are the resources used in process of production of a car manufactured. This involves materials, car parts, nuts and bolts, facilities such as manufacturing plant, which is also called your capital equipment, employees, time, and information on how to design and make the car. Okay, so even if you've used different words but they mean the same, then I'll be happy to give you this mark, 1 mark for this. Okay, now the second is processes. So inputs, processes, and outputs are the key elements of the operation system. Okay, so we are explaining them in terms of your car as if you are a car manufacturer. Now processes are all the activities that help transform the inputs into the final outputs. For a car manufacturer, it includes assemblies, quality checks, painting, and testing. Okay, now the third point here is outputs. Outputs are the finished good or service that is produced, and this would be a completed car ready for the customer. So output is your final car ready for consumers to drive off. Okay, now the third question today was describe the key elements of the operation system as they would apply to a police officer. Okay, now can you see this is this was a manufacturing business, but this is a service business. Okay, now let's look at the key elements for a service business. Inputs are the resources used in the process of production. Okay, this would include employees, equipment such as handcuffs, police cars, and batons, information on the law and processes, and time. Okay, so these are the inputs for being for a police department. Okay, now processes are all the activities that help transform the inputs into the final outputs. Okay, processes such as protecting the community and arresting offenders. So these are the processes. Now the final product is outputs are the finished good or service that is produced. Outputs such as a law-abiding society. Okay, so lesser crime. So if the police is doing their work effectively, there is going to be a law-abiding society. So everyone's going to follow the rules and regulations. Okay, so see the difference between a manufacturing business and the service business. Okay, hopefully you've written all the answers nicely, and hopefully you're ready to submit it to me. Thank you. Bye-bye.